West in a few days, and they just said, hey, this isn't the way I want my wrestlers to progress.
Fourth, Wisconsin at Northern Iowa's number 5. You're not going to see Penn State, that's right, in these lineups, but still 1 and 2s are up and down the lineup anyway. We're at the home of the Iowa Hawkeyes, Carver Hawkeye Arena, where last year the national championships were fought out. Now these teams are not wearing their own team uniforms. They are in the blue and red singlets. The blue team, as we said, has the Iowa Hawkeyes in it, and mainly Big 8 teams. And the Big 10 teams, Big 8 is in the red, and that's Eric Akins of Iowa State, number 2, against Chad Zaputil, number 1. They split this year, and Akins has been tough, and he takes the first 2 points away from Chad Zaputil, and it's Akin 2 and Zaputil nothing.
Let's control.
Well, what Eric Akins was able to do right there is what Chad Zaputil usually does to his opponents. That's control the head right off the whistle. He was able to destroy Zaputil's position there, snap down the head, and spin around for 2. And Akin's saying, I'm for real this year. They're 3-3 in career against each other, but last year Zaputil controlled. It's not the story this year.
They have gone 1-1. I believe that Akin won in overtime the first time, and Zaputil won the last time out.
Against control.
Well, Eric Akin, one of the improvements has been he's been a better rider this year. He's a lot stronger, and he's got his weight under control better than he did last year. That makes a big difference when you learn to control your weight so that you can gain strength without and not lose weight right at the last to the detriment of your performance.
The referee in the center is Mike Pyle. Chad Crow is operating as the second official, the mat judge, on the edge of the mat. So we have 2 officials here. The voice of Mike Pyle, you hear, as in this 3-minute first period, Akin tries to restrain Zaputil. Chad is out, and it's 2-1 in favor of the Iowa State wrestler in the red, Eric Akin, in this all-star meet from Iowa City. National Wrestling Coaches All-Star Classic.
That was a nice explosive move by Chad Zaputil as he came up in the stand-up, cleared his arms, cleared his hands, and came out real strong, and that's what you have to do. Especially after Akin had ridden him out for 48 seconds. Sometimes you can get down, but Zaputil came right back with an explosive escape.
We're about halfway through the first period, 2-1 in favor of the man on the left there, Akin. Hearing some of the coaches talk about this match, they say, whoever maybe is the more explosive. And it was interesting to see Akin take a shot right at the very beginning, which was more scoring than either one of them did in the first match.
Well, and you notice the shot wasn't an underneath shot or a leg attack. It was, again, in controlling the head. You see Chad Zaputil right there trying to control that head, and Akin trying to snap him by. Little shuck move, kind of, but it didn't work.
Zaputil wanted to come under. Akin lost his headgear. Now Zaputil had the leg and lost it with about 53 seconds to go. 2-1 in favor of Akin over Zaputil. 2-1. That's Eric Akin looking around for the clock.
2 All-Americans here, Doug, from last year, and Chad Zaputil, of course, proving himself as one of the top. His only 2 losses last year came to the national champion, Prescott from Penn State. And Akin was 8th last year, becoming an All-American, but I believe he's closed the gap on Chad Zaputil, and they're going to be some good matches every time they meet.
They're both youngsters. They're both real. There's a tough throw by with Akin going for his second takedown. He overpowered Zaputil that time and takes a 4-1 lead, a shuck.
Still in, Jeremy. Still in last. Keep working.
Akin looks a lot more patient this year. He looks like he knows what he wants, and he's willing to wait for it and stay in good position to get it.
Oh, nice reversal here by Zaputil, I think. No, just one for the escape. We'll look at the takedown again.
On the mark, gentlemen.
By Akin.
Here's the finish, and he's able to trip the legs down, keep his hips down low, and come up for the 2 points. But as we just saw, Zaputil was able to get out for one, and now the score is 4-2 in favor of Akin.
But the period is just about over, and there it goes. But an impressive first period by the wrestler in red was Eric Akin of Iowa State in this all-star meet. If you just joined us, that's why you're not seeing team uniforms. These are all-star meet. The blue team Chad Zaputil represents, the red team Eric Akin. Choice went to Akin, I believe.
Freeze on bottom.
I think you're going to find this match is one that comes down to shape.
Freeze control.
Akin gets to his feet, but Zaputil returns him to the mat again, taking off a little riding time.
Bounds no change. You're
And out of bounds they go. At least in the opening going here, Akin actually looks physically stronger. Maybe that's part of that being settled in at that weight.
Well, he really is stronger. I don't think he's any stronger than Chad Zaputil because Zaputil is extremely strong for his weight class.
Year.
But that's what I've been saying is that Eric Akin has improved his strength, has got his weight under control. He's a different wrestler this year, Doug. You're exactly right.
Oh, that was almost trouble for Akin because Zaputil in the blue, wrestling for the blue all-star team, almost pancaked Akin in the air. But Eric is out. He's wrestling for the red. And Akin leads 5-2 with about a minute and a half left in the second period. First match of this all-star meet at Iowa City. You're just joining us, boy. It's a big one. Beautiful heel pick by Zaputil. And it's 5-4.
You know, what's going to happen here is who can ride the wave, Doug. Whoever can get it going and score several points at one time, maybe a takedown, maybe points to the back, somebody that can put a flurry together is going to make the difference in this match.
Well, there was Zaputil coming back.
Look at that. Head, ankle, driving into the hips, taking the position away from Eric Akin and getting the 2
Take a
points.
position, Red. Let's go.
And then going right for the crossface.
Freeze on bottom, go on top.
5-4, a 1-point lead for the man on the bottom. Akin gets to his feet.
Neutral, Red.
The
Neutral.
escape, 6-4. A minute left, second period. Eric Akin got 2 takedowns in the first period on Zaputil, but he's given one of them back.
Work in.
Zaputil gives the impression of coming on now.
Well, what Akin's going to have to do is going to have to come back to the middle because Zaputil's doing a really nice job of staying in the center and forcing Akin to the outside. It's good strategy by the Iowa wrestler, Chad Zaputil.
Controlling the head, nice move by Zaputil, but can he score with it? No score yet. You see the official. He won't give a takedown. And Akin got his hips back and prevented a takedown.
Good hard wrestling by both wrestlers. That was a very nice counterattack and good head by Eric Akin, but it wasn't because Chad Zaputil gave in or anything.
That's
he
right.
was coming after him. It's really a great match right now.
16 seconds left in the second period, and I think you're right on the business of shape.
Well, and I don't know who it's going to be. I'm just saying, on a match this hard, somebody is going to outshape the other guy.
Try to score, Jim.
We'll take a look at Jim Gibbons here, who's the coach of Eric Akin. There's Jim in the up in the press area shaking his head.
Period, gentlemen.
We'll talk to Jim at intermission. He recently announced his resignation at the end of the year. 2 minutes of wrestling left to go. In the red, Eric Akin of the Red All-Star team of Iowa State leads 6-4 over Chad Zaputil. And a beautiful pancake by Zaputil. He was a little bit too high and he lost it. No points. Didn't keep control.
Akin's dodging bullets right now.
Yes,
He's
he
going to
is.
have to stay in good position right here. He's got the advantage. He hasn't been called for stalling. Now he just has.
He was
There's
just
the first warning.
Akin was just warned. Akin leads 6-4. He had a big first period, but he has faded a little bit since. And here's Zaputil on a double leg.
Now the hip action right here is real important right there.
And a double. Return by Akin on a counter, and he leads by 4.
Akin had real nice hip action to counter, and then he dropped back into the legs on Zaputil to get that 2 points. That was a nice job by Eric Akin.
Riding time now. Akin has 46 seconds of riding time as they break. The escape goes to Zaputil. He trails by 3. It's 8-5. Akin with less than a minute to go at 118 pounds. Number 1 ranked Zaputil against number 2 ranked Akin.
Zaputil is pushing, and he's putting some pressure on Akin right now. There he is in. Akin's going to get called for stalling again if he stays on the outside. Zaputil doing a nice job of pushing, but he's got to create some action.
Akin controlling the head, but he's not making any shots. And of course,
Work, gentlemen. Try to score.
you hear the referee, Mike Pyle. 3-point lead for Akin in the red, of the red team. And there's the warning. There's the point. A takedown will tie it.
Takedown will tie it, and they'll go to overtime.
Because they are wrestling no draws in this all-star meet. 12 seconds, 10 seconds to go. There's a single leg by Zaputil. Can he score with 5 seconds to go? Can he score? He did! And there's Dan Gable. He jumped out of the stands. An 8-8 draw. We go to overtime.
3-minute period.
With 1 second to go, Zaputil took Akin down.
Boy, I'll tell you, the TV has caught a lot of emotion there. You saw Coach Gable jumping up. You saw Barry Davis. You know Jim Gibbons is up in the stands. Very, very exciting to go into overtime. That's how all matches should be. There should be no ties. This is great, Doug.
It's a 3-minute overtime. Here's what happens. They wrestle 3 minutes starting on the feet. If they settle it, it's the first period. The first person who scores wins.
That's right. It's sudden death in the
death.
first period.
And if they still haven't scored, then they go to...
Doug, it's going to end in this 3 minutes.
I think it will, too.
Work in, work in.
Zaputil keeps in, keep coming. Akin had 3 takedowns in the regular match, but that last one by Zaputil was a big one. Here is Zaputil in, trying for the bar scar. He didn't get the other leg, and there's the win for Zaputil. With 46 seconds gone in the overtime, Chad Zaputil beats Eric Akin 10-8.
That okay?
Here's the winning takedown for Zaputil, in on the single leg, controlling the hips right there. And for the second time in as many meetings, Chad Zaputil wins this match in overtime. There's Dan Gable showing his exuberance. Zaputil at Las Vegas Invitational beat Akin in overtime, second time in a row. Hey, there's going to be some good matches ahead between those two, Doug.